Alright, well, anyone who watches or has seen the videos I make understand that I love restoring old things. We've got a CB350, a CB750, sorry, under there. An XC Fairmont GXL here. We've got a CB354 there. There's an XW Falcon over there underneath that blue tarp, but behind that big load of rubbish behind the motorbikes there is a 57 Plymouth. So there it is there. It's a partially restored car, and I've not finished it yet. It needs probably about another $13,000 on it. Interior's completely gone. We need to get. I'm going to go around the other side. We need to get the interior done. I did buy a headliner for it. Headlining there. That's a storage area for glass for the XC. I've rewired all the front of it. The engine's been rebuilt. It's been a frame off, but the guy that did the frame off restoration set the body up with the old mount, so I've got to change the body mounts as well, which is a pain. This is a Belvedere. You can see in there the original trim, which was beautiful. This car was originally green. Under here, somewhere, is the original colour, which would have been lovely. Belvedere two-door post cars are reasonably unusual. So I've done a bit of work on it. As we said, we've completely rewired the dash and the engine bay. We just need to do the rear half. So I think I'll just take all the junk off the boot. That's not junk. It's got to have a new tyre on it. But we'll take all this off and we'll have a closer look. Now, I've had this car, I bought it because it was there. I didn't buy it because, well, I've sort of always looked for one, but I wasn't ready to start working on it when I bought it. It's a car that turned up for sale, and I kind of went out and got it. But yeah, I was already halfway through the XC restoration, so this one sort of came along, and I knew it wasn't going to be a quick job. I'll just open up the boot. We'll talk about some of this stuff in here. Now, some of this car has been done so well. It really, really restored well. Some of it is unfinished at this point. The wiring in the boot, it just basically covers what's in the boot. The taillights, of course, and it just runs up left-hand side. I'm yet to do that. The wiring in this car was all sort of rigid and horrible. So that needs to be redone. But what I'm fussy about is the interior now. As I said, I would much preferred this to be left in its original green. But it wasn't. It was painted sort of like a Christine clone type thing, even though it's the wrong body. I do want to do the interior like the original, in that I don't just want tuck and roll red and white, which is what a lot of people do, that sort of thing. I actually want to retain a lot of the original stainless on the door cards with the gold insert. I don't know what that is. There is a gold, metallic gold acrylic that we can use as an insert, which I've sourced. I haven't bought it yet though. Whoops. Mopar stuff's ridiculously expensive in that the washer bags, this is a Ford one, $40. The Mopar one is around $350 to $400, and then you've got to get it out here from the United States. So a lot of stuff for these are very, very expensive. Now, this isn't painted in a Chrysler colour, it's painted in, I think Ferrari is a Corsa red. It's a Ferrari colour. It's been done in 2-pack, and there is spare paint there. There's a lot of old fittings and fixtures which I'll need to refurbish. It came with front and rear glass seals, so I've got those, but none of the side glass seals. So I got this running when I first got it, after I rewired it I should say, and it's been sitting here for a couple of years. We really need to get it running again. Maybe 18 months since I last ran it. But yeah, the disappointing thing actually is they're your body mounts. And the original washers are pretty mangy. I bought these ones, but they're far too thin. So I'm waiting for the flatbed cutter at work to punch out some nice thicker stainless ones, and then I can sort of remount the body. But after that it can go and have its headliner done and all that sort of stuff. But it's really just a bit of a financial hiccup at the moment. Now the forward look Chryslers were the game changer. They really were. A lot of apparently there was a General Motors executive that spied one in 1956 and caused General Motors to go back to the drawing board for their 57 Chevs and this sort of thing. These things are beautiful, but they came with their own set of problems when they were new in that they weren't all that reliable, some of them, and they suffered from rust and bits and pieces like that. Now, this one, I've got a blanket under here too. This one's looking very, very nice. These things suffer from all sorts of issues, of rust up in the eyebrows and all sorts of stuff, and it's all been replaced with fresh metal. The guy that bought this car bought it out from the United States in 2006, so what have we got there, 12 years ago, and did a body off, and he did a lovely job on it. There is some issues, he didn't finish, he didn't wet sand and buff the bonnet, but he did pretty well with the rest of it. Body mounts are the bits that I'm not keen on because it's a big job to sort of replace them. Alright, hopefully this isn't too repetitive. I repainted the engine and of course rewired it all, as I said. We've got it all in this fabric coated stuff. I don't know if you saw some of the earlier videos. This has all been changed. I rewired all of that. And the original Chrysler wiring was going over the engine. It was a mess. I've still got to connect the horn up, but the rest of it I've done, although I have left a little pigtail wire there for the washer bag because I'm putting electric washers on. Heater core's knackered, so I've taken that out. I've got to repair it or find something which I can replace it with. Replace the carburetor with a new Chinese one, and it runs, or it ran, very, very well. But it's an exquisite thing. This is a Poly 301, polyspherical heads, and detailed the top of this and just repainted it and made it look a lot better. I'm dubious when I see rebuilt engines advertised with cars that they're not rebuilt, they're just rattle can finished. But this one, in pulling it apart, is squeaky inside. It's all being cleaned professionally inside, so it's very, very, it looks to have been a pretty good job. So I think what we'll do is we'll get the trailer out the way, get the Commodore out the way, pull it out and start it. Take the battery out of this guy. And repeat it to people. Hang on a sec. I'll leave that mat down. I can stick him in the Plymouth. Might have to tighten him down a bit. Oh, doesn't like the sound of a Poly with no exhaust on it. I think we better get one done before I annoy all the neighbours. but she runs well. She runs really, really well. She's warming up now. It's a beautiful car. I'll never get rid of this one. So there you go. We started up, we ran it. It's been too long since I've done that. Periodically turn the fan just so the engine's not rested in the same spot. But there'll be more videos on this in the future sometime. I don't know when. As I said at the beginning, there's far too much to do here in terms of finishing off other jobs. So hope you enjoyed it. Take good care of yourself. Enjoy a classic, and I'll see you around.